That morning, when Grace walked into the wedding hall, everyone turned silent because standing beside the groom was her best friend Lydia, wearing her wedding gown. Grace and Lydia were sisters by heart. They grew up in the same village, shared food, dreams, and secrets. But when Grace met Daniel, a humble teacher with big dreams, everything changed. Daniel loved Grace with all his soul until Lydia's envy began to whisper. She would visit Daniel behind Grace's back, saying, "Grace doesn't deserve you. She loves with other men." And slowly, she poisoned love. When Daniel broke the engagement, Grace almost lost her mind. She cried at the riverbank every evening, while Lydia secretly planned her own wedding with him. But life, as the elders say, never forgets who sowed pain. Because on that wedding day, when Lydia said "I do," something shocking happened. Just moments after Lydia said "I do," the clouds above the village darkened, and Daniel looked at her like he had just seen a stranger. Because someone unexpected had walked in. Grace. Grace didn't come to fight. She came with calm eyes, holding a small box. When she opened it, Daniel froze. Inside was the necklace he gave her, engraved with both their initials. She whispered, "I came to return what was never truly mine anymore." The hall went silent. Lydia's hands trembled, and Daniel's eyes filled with tears, not of love but of regret. Because in that moment he realized he had married the wrong woman. The guests began to whisper. Lydia forced a smile, but her heart pounded like drums. Even the elders knew something sacred had been broken. And from that day, Lydia could never sleep without hearing Grace's voice echoing in her dreams. Some things you take and lose yourself in the process. A month after the wedding, Lydia sat by the window every night waiting for Daniel to come home. But he never stayed anymore. And when he did, he called another woman's name in his sleep. The house that once echoed with laughter now felt like a stranger's home. Daniel had grown distant, quiet, cold, lost in thought. He didn't yell, but silence hurt deeper than words. One night, Lydia found him staring at their wedding photo. He whispered, "You got what you wanted, Lydia, but I lost what made me whole." Tears filled her eyes. She wanted to speak, to beg, but no words came out. Because deep down, she knew she hadn't just taken Grace's man. She had taken Grace's peace and lost her own. As rain hit the window that night, Lydia realized something. What you force to be your own will never bring you peace. The night Lydia fainted on the kitchen floor, Daniel rushed her to the clinic. But when the nurse came out with the test results, Daniel whispered one question that froze Lydia's soul. Whose child is it? Lydia sat on the hospital bed, hands shaking, eyes wet. She wasn't sick. She wasn't dying. She was pregnant. Daniel stood by the door, silent, confused, and scared. Not because he didn't want a child, but because he wondered if she truly loved him, or if she just wanted to win a battle that Grace never fought. When the nurse left, Daniel finally spoke. "Lydia, do you love me? Or did you love the idea of beating Grace?" The question hit her like a knife, because for the first time, she didn't have an answer. She covered her face and sobbed, not because of shame, but because she realized she had destroyed the only friendship that ever held her together. Outside the clinic window, mothers walked with their children, lovers held hands, and Lydia wondered if she had stolen a love that was never meant to be hers and ruined a bond she could never rebuild. The next morning, Grace stood at Lydia's door in the rain. No shouting, no insults, just one heartbreaking sentence. "Lydia, I heard you are pregnant." Lydia froze. Her heart dropped into her stomach. Daniel stood behind her, unsure whether to step forward or disappear. Grace looked thinner, tired, but strangely peaceful. She wasn't there to fight. She wasn't there to take Daniel back. She came to free herself. "I didn't come to blame you," Grace whispered. "I came to let go." Lydia's tears poured. Grace continued, "I loved him, yes, but maybe he wasn't meant for me. What hurts me most is not losing Daniel, it's losing you." The words shattered Lydia. She fell to her knees, crying into Grace's hands like a child.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was losing myself," Lydia sobbed. Grace lifted her chin gently. Love built on pain never lasts, but friendship can survive if we allow it. Behind them, Daniel watched silently, realizing the truth. He was not a prize to be won. He was a man who needed peace, and these two women needed healing more than anything. Grace stepped back. "Raise your child with love, Lydia, and treat Daniel the way you wish you treated me." Lydia nodded, crying. Grace turned and walked away into the rain. Not broken, not defeated, but free. Daniel held Lydia close as she trembled. And for the first time, she understood. Karma doesn't always come to destroy. Sometimes it comes to teach, to humble, to rebuild. Ethic moral lesson. True love shouldn't be stolen, it should be earned. Choices have consequences, but forgiveness can heal what anger cannot. The heart finds peace not through revenge, but through truth and acceptance.